You know what? One of my favorite lines in any movie. Hey
Was
man,
that?
you acting like a little bitch right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? From Menace Society, as I got that shit on in the background. Players Club is here, man. What's good, shot?
Hey, man, you know what it is. Chilling, living life, doing shot shit.
I already know, bro. Man, I see your shit is still nice and pristine and everything like that, man. My shit is growing back way
It's
too
growing
fast
slow.
over in this motherfucker, man.
Man,
I,
it is
I,
what it
don't,
is. Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, bro, but you know what I'm
It's the
saying?
jeans. It's the jeans.
It's the jeans, man. It's got to be the jeans, man. So, well, you know, you rocking with these good jeans, man. You rock with us as we do this. Show start. Let's go.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Players Club.
What, bro? As I'm sitting here and I got Menace to Society on in the background, and I'm watching this shit. Hey, man, Kane deserved that shit, bro. I mean, listen, Kane was doing dirt from the very beginning of the movie, off top, like, and you know what I'm saying. I'm looking back, and maybe now that I'm older, was like, oh yeah, bro, Kane does that definitely deserved to what he got in the end, bro.
I mean, I guess so.
It sucks to say.
I just hate
I'm
to
not
see.
one for drive-bys, not one for niggas getting shot.
Yeah,
However, Kane deserved that shit, bro. That's just me.
I feel you. I feel you. I just yeah. That's why those movies are not my cup of tea because there's never really a good ending. I like I like a good story with a good ending. I don't
Bro,
mess
you
with
want
it.
a happy ending?
I ain't gonna say all that, but at least something better than that. Shit.
Oh yeah, you looking for a happy ending? I thought this movie was. I thought Menace was genius because you know at the end of Boys in the Hood, it was like silence the violence, increase the peace. Like Trey went on to college and Brandy went too, and he got out of the hood, and that's great. You know that's the happy ending you're looking for. But we
Dope
know, you know,
shot.
from growing up in Philly and spending time in VA, you know, growing up in the part of Portland that wasn't necessarily nice to brothers over here. Hey man, that's how a lot of movies really end. Is with
I know.
the main character getting killed in the end. But in this case, like, let's think about this. Kane was accessory to murder at the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Then he went ahead and got the dudes that got him. So okay, eye for an eye. After that, he stole he stole a car. You know what I'm saying, for somebody. He got put in YA after that. He jacked some random dude just because he was flossing at the light. Didn't do nothing to him. Dude pulled up and was going to get himself a cheeseburger, and Kane pulled up and took his jewelry and his Dayton's. And then one of the most infamous lines from the movie is, "Come on, man, we supposed to be brothers." Man, oh, you trying to kick knowledge? Nigga, take this motherfucking jewelry off. Like, jacked them there. Fuck the chick, Eilena, or whatever it was, and then played her to the side and was like, "I put the Jimmy on extra tight. That means it's not mine." You know what I mean? Then her cousin came. Kane stomped him out and didn't expect him to come back shooting like we didn't live in LA in 1992, 93. So, I mean, I
When
get
you
it.
put it like that, yes, you make a good point.
And then he was knocking down like his I don't know, Godfather's baby mom.
It's
I
been
mean,
a long time since I saw the movie.
that person was Jada Pinkett Smith, which, and I guess bringing that up today is crazy. I'm not sure if you've seen this news shot.
Yo, I seen the news. I was about to say, hey,
Bro, so Jada Pinkett Smith comes out and says,
Chris Rock.
no, more than that, before that, me and Will have been legally separated
for 7 years.
since 2016.
Yeah, they've been separated for 7 years. Yeah.
What? You're making us go out through all this bullshit for Will and caping for Will, and y'all been separated for this long?
Yeah, but here's the other part. Did you hear the other part? She
Oh,
talking
Chris
about
Rock asked her out?
Yeah, Chris Rock asked her out. Yo,
Number one, Chris is lame as fuck. Like, let's put this out there. He's supposed to come out on top of this whole shit.
yeah.
Chris Rock, I don't think has.
Nah, look, he's fucking with a Philly nigga, man. Come on.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? He's fucking with, you know what I'm saying, West Philadelphia nigga who was really responsible for a lot of people don't give Will Smith enough credit for his role in hip hop.
Right.
He was the first real hip hop nigga to be on TV.
Wasn't he the first hip hop artist to win a Grammy?
First nigga to say, man, fuck your Grammys, I'm not coming. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. So, like, Will Smith, we got to put some respect on this nigga's name. Like, I think we remember Men in Black and getting jiggy with it and, you know, all the other little bullshit that he was doing.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
Wild West.
Yeah, but let's be real. Yeah, let's be real, though. Like, Will Smith, Fresh Prince, had a song. Actually, it's funny. Jada and Tupac have this video. You know, back in the day, you used to go to the mall and you can record a song to like, or record a video to like a song or whatever, and they got the screens that's moving around like on some, you know, some 1990s early shit like that.
Yep.
Well, her and Pac have a video, and they're dancing
the Will Smith song. Yeah.
They're dancing. The parents just don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's just kind of one of those things. So we got to really put some respect on Will Smith, and we forgot that this is a West Philly nigga.
Right.
You think you're gonna keep taking shots at me, and I'm not gonna do nothing?
Yeah.
Not gonna do nothing. Now, Chris Rock, he handled this whole thing like well and everything at first, but then he, you know, I'm not gonna listen to Will, but I'm gonna make all these jokes and everything like that. I was like, okay, well, that's kind of soft, but you know, I get it, because if a nigga do something to me, trust me, we have something to talk about. We definitely have, you know, at the very least, a conversation. But I don't know how long that conversation goes. But either way, today we find out that Jada and Will's relationship has been over for much longer than the Red Table Talk. So beyond that 3 years, this whole thing has been happening. That shit was over 4 years prior to that. Shot. In your opinion, does that change any of the way that you feel or felt about this whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett shit over the past couple years?
It's kind of weird now because, like, why you slapping somebody if that wasn't even your, like, y'all was like separated at the time, talking about keeping my wife's name out your mouth. At that time, y'all were separated, so why? I don't know. On one hand, I can understand, because fuck that. No, why would you even care anymore? Why do you care now? Like, no, fucking let him. You was laughing. She looked at you and you was not laughing no more.
I mean, he is Chris Rock and the joke was funny. You know what I mean?
No, here's the thing. It wasn't funny. It was meant to be funny, but it was like he said, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Like, that joke was like 14 years old. That shit was
and
funny.
you're bald. Like, I mean, I get it. Alopecia, I shaved it, whatever the fuck it is. Like, why would, if it was a dude that was getting that joke because he was bald, would there have been a problem? No, but
no,
you get it. You know what I'm saying? Jada, she was sensitive about her hair, but at this point, she's not Stoney from Set It Off no more. Like, I don't really see her as that lovable, pretty ass lady from the mid '90s early '90s and mid '90s that every dude was in love with. Every young black dude that we knew, man, we loved Jada Pinkett. Like, let me ask you this, Shot. Who was your five? Your 5 '90s chicks. You get 5 chicks from the '90s at they best. So how you remember them in the '90s? Don't think about the future. Don't think about how you remember them in the '90s. Give me your top 5.
I got 3 off the bat. Mariah Carey, Vivica Fox, Toni Braxton,
Oh, which Tony Braxton?
Tony Braxton with the white suit on. You making me hot? Come on, son.
Oh, see, for me, I'm going Tony Braxton from from forget her debut album. That shit, short hair, white shirt, jacket. Tony Braxton. That's my Tony Braxton right there.
Not bad, not bad. I don't know. It's you don't know about Kiana? You know about Kiana Flex Appeal? You don't know about that one?
Remind me.
That Joan, she used to be on like what was it, ESPN or something like ESPN and shit. She used to have like a morning show.
What's her name?
She wasn't a musician or anything like that. She did like exercising and shit. Her name was Kiana. She had Kiana Flex Appeal. It was a show that used to come on. That Joan, she was bad.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, if we're gonna stick with celebrities, known celebrities, musicians and shit, who else from the 90s? Kim Fields was my girl too. Kim Fields.
Ooh, Kim Fields. That's a nice sneaky one because Tootie was cute, but when she played Regine on not Regine. Was it? Yeah, it's Regine.
Yeah, it was Regine. Yep.
Yeah, Regine on Living Single. Man, like she was so fine and she was bougie and everything like that. Like not the type of chick that you typically like, but she was so damn fine to where it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. Okay. I think you got one more.
Yeah. Who else we had? What's the sleeper from the 90s? I know it's a sleeper in there. Man, damn! I used to.
It's tough.
It was a lot of chicks back in the day.
That's tough, man. Yeah,
Aaliyah was bad.
Oh my God! Rest in peace to the queen, the true queen. Think about this. We know the Beehive is a real thing, and the Barbs are a real thing. You know what I mean? And the Taylors, the Swifters,
the Swifties.
What are they called?
The Swifties.
That's stupid, but the Swifties are a thing. What would Aaliyah's following have been if she was still alive? That shit would have been.
Would she even need that shit? She wouldn't even need a dumbass name.
It wasn't about her needing it. Like I don't think Beyonce needs that shit. But it's just you got people that cape for you regardless of what you do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Drink stands. Well, we'll get there a little bit later.
They used to call her baby girl, so I don't know if they would come up with that.
Well, yeah. So man, my top 5 from the 90s, as far as the ladies go, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Maya Campbell. If you don't remember her, she's from the show In the House, but she was also on she's on a movie called Trippin'.
What the fuck happened? But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot about
it. She look her up now. She on the same, but god damn it, 1995, 96.
I'm mad. Can I take that one?
Yeah, you can take it, bro.
I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna kick Vivica out and put Maya Campbell in there.
Oh, but you got to remember how bad Vivica was in the 90s, bro.
I do, but that was
one of the ones in the 90s.
Thing. Like I forgot about Maya Campbell, and I forgot about how much I used to look at her. And,
yeah, she's tight. My number 2 is Monica. Monica is my girl. Monica, I had her picture all over my wall.
I picked Brandy over Monica for the looks.
Whoa. The boy was definitely Monica's. Definitely not Brandy's, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if you got both of them in your face and you look at Brandy, look at Monica,
I'm taking Brandy. 9
out of 10, most niggas are taking Monica.
I'm taking Brandy.
Just based on how they look. But you taking Brandy. Moesha's not a bad pick, though. So don't let me think that because I'm saying Monica that you can't choose Moesha. Like, Moesha was definitely cool. My number 3, the first white girl that I ever fell in love with, and I think you know where I'm going, Miss Danielle Fishel, a.k.a. Topanga Lawrence from Boy Meets World.
Why?
Bro, those lips, she had black woman lips, bro. Like, she wasn't supposed to have those. And then she had curves, and she had, Topanga was the first white girl that I ever looked at and like, oh my God. She was, I remember the exact episode. Like, she was always cute. And then she had that episode where she cut her hair on Boy Meets World, and she came in. I was like, God damn, Topanga, you look great. And from then on out, it was like, we knew Topanga was one of them ones. And so, funny story, I used to go to camp every summer for like a week. It was like a church camp that I used to go to. And I met this girl there, and her name was Jennifer. Super cute and everything. White girl, the first white girl that I've ever anything. You know what I'm saying? Ever talked to, ever anything like that. And I liked her because she looked just like Topanga, but she had braces. She had the same lips, same. It was like, oh my God, you were so fresh. We had a 2-week long romance. You know what I'm saying? That of course ended in heartbreak. Like
romance.
Yeah, man. They all do. Number 4, I mentioned Toni Braxton, short hair Toni Braxton, bro. Yeah. She was so fresh to me, man. Everything about Toni Braxton was fucking on point, bro. Like, I mean, top to bottom, she was fresh. And then number 5, man. I was struggling because there's 2 that I really got in mind, and I want to go 1A, 1B.
I was about to say I just came up with something else, but go ahead.
Almost want to go 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
And almost 1C, even with that, but I'm just gonna go 1A, 1B. Tatiana Ali.
Ooh.
Ashley Banks. When she turned, number 1, she was young like us, right? So she was already a kid. She was like, oh, if she was in your class when Fresh Prince first started, you would have liked Ashley. Long hair, all that stuff, and a little pretty brown skin. And then she got old and was like, oh, yeah, Ashley's fly, bro. Yeah, Ashley's fly. So Ashley Banks, and then Lark Voorhees, aka Lisa Turtle.
Lisa Turtle.
Lisa Turtle was so bad. And she was also one of the first black girls that was like the rich kid, you know what I'm saying? And she wasn't the ghetto girl at the white high school and everything. She was like, no, the rich, kind of snobby, girl. Mom was a doctor and shit like that. So them is my 5.5, you know what I'm saying? If you count my 5, 1A, 1B type shit.
I got an honorable mention is Tia and Tamara.
Okay, so listen. I was never a fan of Tia and Tamara. Not to say that they weren't cute.
They straightened their hair in one of them seasons.
Yeah, not to say that they wasn't cute, but I was never like a big fan of Tia and Tamara. I don't know what it was. Even today, both still beautiful women, and for whatever reason, I'm just like, I get it, but I don't get it. But one person I think we both left off, and I just couldn't fit her in, and I really want to, is Megan Good. Like, I mean, even when Megan's teeth were kind of doing this whole thing and kind of curving inside like this, like, she was still so bad.
It's like, she was bad.
Man, it's one of the things, the 90s. And now I look at these ladies now, and I'm like, there was nothing that, like, our girls could be sexy with, like, baggy boy clothes. Right? You look at, like, TLC, and you look at all this shit. It's like, even Aaliyah, who you mentioned. Like, it wasn't like, just showing my ass and showing my titties and everything like that. Like, everything was still real, like, subtle in between there, but it was still real sexy. These ladies leave nothing to the imagination now.
True.
Nothing at all. I don't understand, this new kind of, and maybe we're just, I hate to say it, old now.
Maybe we're old now because the men and women from when we were growing up and we were watching the stuff that we was watching, they had an issue with the stuff that we was watching. And the stuff that we were watching is tame compared to what's going on now.
Yeah.
It continues to progress. I'm telling you, I'm gonna sound like one of the old dudes, but soon they ain't gonna be wearing nothing. They ain't gonna be wearing nothing.
I mean, they kind of close. Like, last night was the BET Hip Hop Awards. What used to be a great day for me. I'm not sure about you, Shot, but there was a time I was in award shows. Yeah. Were you as well?
Yeah. A big fan.
There was a time that I was very much into award shows, and we were into award shows. It was something to be seen. And now I'm just kind of like, it doesn't really move me anymore.
Yeah.
This year has been great for award shows because they've done a great job of acknowledging the 50th year of hip hop. So this year has been awesome because of that. Every show from the Grammys to the, everything they do. Rock the Bells had a great concert, at a point. Nas threw a concert in New York at Yankee Stadium. Like, everybody is doing something, you know what I mean? To acknowledge 50 years. But in between there, Sexy Red performed last night, twice actually. And if I'm being real, she had probably the worst performance of the night, but the one that had the best reception from people. Now, mind you, BET may have done some WWE type shit and piped in some cheers and piped in some stuff because the show was shot like last Friday or Saturday, and they actually aired it yesterday. So I can imagine they probably piped some shit in, some sounds, and everything else, and editing and everything. But it looked like the crowd was on their feet for Sexy Red, and I don't get it. The first song she came out with, Pound Town. I know you know the words, Shot.
No, I don't.
You know the words. Don't do that.
I literally do not know the words.
Guarantee you know the words to the song.
If you say it, I don't think I know the words. I don't even listen to the radio.
I'm round town, something with my rounds, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown. You know that part. Everybody knows that part.
I only know it because I've heard other people say it. I've never heard her sing it.
Yeah,
I've heard people recite that shit. I've never heard her sing anything.
Well, she sang it last night, and she did the edited version, which is her Tootsie Roll is brown. Was the line that came out? But either way, it was a terrible performance in my opinion. You know, that's just me. She stood there. Number one is these new artists. There's no stage presence.
Yeah,
everybody stands in one spot. They do this, and then that's pretty much it. Like, there's nobody rocking the crowd over here. There's nobody rocking the crowd over here. You get in your spot. You stay there. You know what I'm saying? You do that. Well, that was Sexy Red last night, and people seem to have loved it. I personally hate that shit. I think could you date a Sexy Red?
No, because I know what she's saying, and she's stupid. Like, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But no.
I mean, she's getting money, so I don't know how stupid she is. So she's definitely,
I shouldn't have said that.
You know, cashing checks out there. So I wouldn't go that far, but I understand what you're saying and kind of what you mean. This whole kind of thing is stupid. However, I will say there are some lady rappers out there, female rappers, that are actually kind of fresh. I'm not a big fan of Doja Cat. However, when she's rapping, she's almost that Drake conversation we were having about a week ago. Like, when
I hear she's good too. I hear she's good.
You know, when she raps, like, okay, she's really spitting. Like, she's really, really chopping right now. But when she's trying to sing and make those pop records that Drake usually tries to make, that's when I'm like, all right, I can do without that song. I never have to hear that. But when I'm listening to some stuff, I have a 16-year-old sister. So, of course, she's playing, you know, some of the shit. And I'm like, that was weak. That was weak. That was tight. That was also tight. Don't like that one, though. You know, so she's definitely got some music in there. And I see it as reminds me of Champagne Poppy a little bit, man, just because she's got those pop records in there. But she's also got some records that could be street ones. Like, yeah, that one's kind of dope. I'm not going to front, man. I'm not going to front. So Sha, let me ask you this, man. I know that you have dated someone younger. I have also dated someone younger, although my current situation is a little bit older than me. Not by much, but a little bit older than me. But when you're younger and dating someone younger, when you're like 25, 30, dating someone younger, I think you have a lot more patience in that regard. You get a little older and those things kind of wane. So Sha, my question to you is, I guess, do's and don'ts of dating someone younger than you.
Well, if you want to date someone younger than you, you have to make sure you got a lot of patience.
Well, according to a lot of podcasters out there right now, number one, before we go there, I get that, you know what I'm saying, women are weird. Let's go ahead and start there. Women can be incredibly weird. We also can be incredibly weird. But all these simps on the radio, or excuse me, on podcasts, like, they're either one way or the other. They both annoy me. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are like, men want women that are younger and are fertile and all these things. And if you can't do that, and if you're not, like, bro, you're corny. You know what I'm saying? Women want security and this, and if a man you can't provide, you're corny. The other corny ones are if he's doing this to you, girl, and he's doing this, and you continue to, like, this is a him problem. He needs to work on that. I'm tired of these simps that are on radio or on air just basically pandering to ladies, and also to pandering to dudes. The dudes that probably have never gotten a pussy before. Dudes that need to listen to podcasts like that to be able to form an opinion about how to talk to women. Like, so number one, that's for me. That's most of that crowd. But in most of those podcasts, a lot of those dudes say that men want someone younger than them, or not younger than them, or just date younger women over older women. I personally totally disagree with it.
No, men like that who want younger women don't want a younger woman for a relationship. They just want a younger woman to say that they have a younger woman, and a lot of the time the younger woman could be more naive than an older woman, so they have more control.
No, they're not usually, bro. They are. Whether they believe it or not, like it's just one of those things. Like there's still some living and learning that you need to do. You know, for instance, Shot, like I don't know about you, but the things I liked in a girl when I was 16 and 17, by the time I was 25 was much different. By the time I was 35 was way different. You know what I mean? Like, so things change with your mindset, with your own personal growth and all that stuff and everything. But if there's a 10-year, 12-year age difference, there's a lot of life that person hasn't lived yet in most cases, especially if they was born in the 90s. I mean, just being real. If you born in the 90s, like there's still about 10 years worth of shit that you got to catch up on. Just being real.
Yeah, I can feel that. It's true. Yeah, if you're dating somebody from the 90s, man, I'm trying to tell you that shit, it can be difficult. And if you go any younger than that, you in trouble. But,
I don't know. I just always kind of figured like dudes that really, really pursued really, really younger chicks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got somebody that's 20, 22, 23 years old and you 43, like, hey bro, that's weird to me. You know what I mean? And mind you, it was weird in high school. We all know that girl that was like 17, 18, but her dude was like 22 and old ass came to prom. Like, what are you doing here? And you're like, I mean, you should be at a bar somewhere, but instead you're around all these 17 and 18-year-olds. Like, it was really, really strange, but that's always kind of how I've felt. But then I understand why some people would prefer a younger woman. What are those reasons that you want to lay out about why some men prefer younger girls? Because the first thing a woman is going to say is because you can control her.
I was about to say, if you prefer a younger girl, it's basically because they're younger, they have less mileage in a sense.
Well, shit, I don't know if that's really the case no more, bro.
In a sense,
young girls are nasty, man.
They have less years on Earth, period. So that's it. So that's one thing. You go for the look because they're younger, and you go for like you were saying, there's a control aspect that you can have over somebody younger than you sometimes. So yeah, a lot of people, men. I don't even say a lot of men, but sometimes there are men out there who go for that type of thing. Like they want to be able to control that younger woman and just be able to say I have a younger woman, and to them it's like a status thing. It's like having a nice car. It's like having a Rolex.
It's a
like,
flex.
Yeah, it's a flex. They doing some shit.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I get it. You know, I guess I get it, but at the same time, I don't like at all. Maybe because it's just not something that like I would do. But I know you personally have experience with dating younger women. I guess what are the biggest, like, again, we're like the biggest do's and the biggest don'ts, you know, in that situation. Just give some free game to, you know, to all these, to the youngsters that might be wondering, like, you know, why does it matter?
All right. So if you go and date somebody, you know, younger, you know, especially like a considerate amount, at least like 10 years, you want to have patience. If you want it to work out, like if you're looking for an actual relationship with a younger woman, man, talking to y'all, have patience, because if you older, if you have a certain age, it's just certain shit that you just really don't tolerate anymore. But they're gonna do that shit, so have patience. Besides that, just do what you do, be yourself, and encourage them to be themselves, but don't force them to be themselves. But kind of let them be who they are, but being who you are, you'll have a certain advantage because you have experience, you have wisdom, you have knowledge, so you can guide them in a way where it can benefit them and better their lives that they don't even know they could possibly reach at because of their maturity level where they at. So
and I think you just said, like, what's the maturity? I think that's the biggest thing. The biggest reason, like, you know, maybe somebody's afraid to date somebody younger or whatever because they might be afraid of a maturity factor. If you've ever dated online, you know, then you might see something that says this age to this age only, just because, you know, some women, especially in older than 40, you know, are looking for a maturity factor. And again, if you're 30, probably mature, but not mature to the point that you understand everything yet. For instance, like, it wasn't until I was like early 30s, mid 30s that I was finally understood finances completely. Right? I get with all the letters and all the acronyms, man, APR, I understand what that shit means all of a sudden. Maturity. I've grown into being able to know what's what, you know, about certain things and relationships and triggers. But how important is fucking maturity at that point, man? Because I think that's the biggest thing, man. Number one, and I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be in a lot of trouble, man. Women are petty, super petty, and with being petty, there's a lot of, it's a layer of immaturity. That's basically what you're saying when you say I'm being petty. I'm basically I'm immature, you know, right now, and I'm gonna do some corny shit. But there's that maturity level that, you know, that happens right there. So how important is that shit?
It's very important not to give in to the pettiness when you're older. You don't want to give in to the shit that they do because it'll make you look stupid. What they say, a wise man told you, don't argue with fools. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't even engage when it gets to a certain point. Like, just be level headed and not give in to the dumbness, man. Because they try to pull you into shit. Just brush it off.
No, man. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't do older. I mean, and here's the cool part. There's also rules to trying to, you know, date older than you. It's not just somebody dating somebody younger than you. Sometimes, man, the rules change. You trying to date somebody older, you become that immature person that you accuse somebody else of being because you're not quite at that level of age or whatever the case is. But I'm a firm believer. Like, once you get like 37, like 37 and up, like we're in the same dating pool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of how I feel, you know, at that point. Like, we're old enough to know the same stuff, know around the same stuff. I mean, you might know songs 10 years ahead of me, but I probably know those songs too, you know, type shit. So I think that's really the age range. Like, once you get to 36, 37, everything is fair game. But for men in your 30s, I got this, and this is what we'll say before we move on from here. God bless all you men in your 30s. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it all the way then, but I figured it out later. But this is your time, fellas. This is your time. 30 to 40 is the perfect age. You know why? You know why, Shot?
Why is that?
Because you are at that age to where you can fuck old women and you can fuck young women, and you are right in pocket with all that. Doesn't matter. You're not too old for the 20, 22, 23-year-old. You're not too young for the 40, 48-year-old or something like that. You are right there in that window to where everything is fair game.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
This is a time you're probably in life, you're at some of your most mature, at this point. This is that part where you're probably you probably understand finances a little bit. You in your 30s, so you hopefully have been able to carve yourself out a little home or somewhere to live in a car. You got things pretty much the way you want at that point, right? Yeah. So now you can go to that older club that listens to jazz and be cool, or you can go to that little bar, that little swanky bar that just opened up that has a bunch of college kids that's over there, and you can still knock something down. It is a perfect opportunity for you fellas. So take it from someone in their 40s, early 40s to be specific. Let's be real. Taking someone in their 40s, take advantage of that shit and do all you can before you decide to kind of lock it down and do something else moving forward. So that's a great thing. Shot, how was your 30s?
My 30s?
You wifed up the whole time during 30s.
Pretty much. I don't have a lot of exciting stories to tell. No, not a lot. 30s, I I was locked down.
I was married for not most of my 30s, but yeah, a good majority of them. And then I had a little window when I was able to kind of move around and do some stuff, and that was A1. Like that was a great time. You know what I'm saying? That was living wild and free, bro. You know, so yeah, man. So to all my men and all my ladies in their 30s, hey man, this is it for you. This is a great time. Enjoy this time period that we actually have. But feel free to interact with us, man. Keep watching at @the_shot 7800 or at TaylorMade503.
My boy Shane, what's good?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on, Shane? Welcome to the party, man. Feel free to drop some lines, drop some jewels for all the youngsters out there as well. But
yeah, got knowledge too. I know he got knowledge.
Yeah, man, definitely got knowledge, man. So I'm sitting here watching Menace, and you said some shit earlier that you don't fuck with West Coast stuff. Is that correct, Shot?
Man, come on. I did not say that.
That's what you said.
No, that's not what I said. I said it just doesn't have a major influence on me. Like I've seen everything, you know, well, not everything. But I see, you know, I seen Boys in the Hood. I seen Menace to Society. I listened to Ice Cube. I bought a couple albums and all that stuff. Like I bought Snoop Dogg's albums and all that. I had Tupac.
So when did you start hating West Coast stuff?
I never hated West Coast. I don't hate West Coast.
I'm just being messy right now, bro.
For real, it's just not my thing. Like I'm an East Coast dude. I was born in Philly. Like this, I know the East Coast stuff.
So okay, because here's the cool part. And see, this is what I want to say. Now we got to have a coastal conversation, bro, because this is my thing. We fuck with y'all.
I fuck with y'all. I just what you want?
No. Listen, West Coast really fucks with East Coast stuff. We really, really did. Like when Big came out, we bumped the shit out. When Wu-Tang came out, you come out here to the West, you will find a huge number. Actually, Wu-Tang's here next Tuesday. I will be in the building for that. I will have extra stories for that afterwards. But we loved it. It's one of the things, like the sound, the grittiness, all that shit was exactly kind of what we didn't have here in Oregon and really here on the West Coast. We can look at that shit and say, damn, that shit looks like gritty. That shit is grimy. Like, man, I like it though. Everything that ever came out of the East Coast, we fucked with. But for whatever reason, East Coast niggas was like, oh, look at the Jerry curls. What's a 6'0"? Like, what does jacking mean? Like, what is like, come on, bro. Like, why all the hate on, because y'all make us sound like we was like the deep South, like Mississippi or something like that. Like, why all the hate on the West Coast from East Coast, man? I know you know why, man. Tell me why.
I don't know. The East Coast West Coast beef is the only thing that I can say is that.
Oh no, it was way before that. It's been a long time coming because y'all wouldn't even play our records on the East Coast. Like, what is that? Like y'all would literally like boycott our shit on the East Coast, but on the West, like y'all's is in full rotation.
I don't know. I ain't had nothing to do with that. I was a kid.
It was you and people like you on the East Shot. So I'm just curious from you.
No, look, we had no. Matter of fact, that was South shit. No.
So I'm just curious, just from your perspective, why does it seem like the East Coast don't really fuck with us the way that we fuck with them?
I think it's because the epicenter of rap is New York's and it's on the East Coast. So what do we have to go and look at everybody else for? Like, this is where it started at. We here. This is what it is.
But you understand at the point, like, we were completely murdering anything that came out of the East.
When was this?
What do you mean? When was this?
When was this?
Nigga, from Chronic up until Illmatic came out. Nigga, yes, nigga, it was us. Chronic up until Illmatic, and then Snoop came. Was like, y'all have a problem. And then Big came and was like, okay, you're back now. And then Pac came and was like, we got it back.
I don't see it that way, but you know.
Tell me how you see it then, because I'll be real. If I'm being honest, coming from Portland, it's a real transient place, right? You get a lot of people that live here ain't really from here, but they're from usually West Coast places or like somewhere down south. You, however, are one of the few people that I actually know are from the East Coast. So I'm curious as to why, like overall, just based on what y'all feel, what the homies felt or whatever, like why was it that it felt like they just don't fuck with West Coast because it's not that our shit ain't dope.
I don't know. I can't tell you about the past, but I can tell you about what happened in my era. And in my era,
that's what I'm asking. That's really what I'm asking, because when I'm talking to you and I'm asking about you E40, you like, no, I don't really fuck with E40. I'm like, what?
I know him, but I never heard an album of E40. I seen him featured on songs and shit, like on MTV, BET, all that shit. Like, I saw them, I listened to them, all that shit, but it wasn't something that I needed to get. Well, but I did get shit. Like, I had Chronic 2001. I had Tupac. Which one was that? The one that had changes on it or whatever. I had a Tupac on. I bought shit or stole. I probably stole the shit, but I had shit.
The worst.
But,
yeah, the worst album from Pac. Changes and shit.
At the time, nigga, it was easy to steal. I stole it.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I mean, if we're going down the list of, you know, influence from rappers, like the East has got it. Like I said, we always fuck with the Locks, and we always, even Philly niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know how I feel about Beanie Siegel, and you know how I feel about Freeway, but when you start talking about the PD Cracks, who doesn't get enough credit for how he was, and Meek, obviously, you know what I'm saying, is another Philly dude that you got to make sure you throw in there. But like I said, we always, and I think now more they might fuck with West Coast more now than they used to. But coming from our time, like, I think that was a big reason that East Coast West Coast thing exploded so much, because we was kind of feeling like disrespected, like, bro, like, we played.
Nah, because y'all came. Look, you know what it was? It was the Source Awards. Y'all came out there and started talking shit. That's what started it. We
start talking shit.
Did Snoop Dogg not come out there and start talking shit?
Snoop was defending his people. Suge shot shots. But let's be real. Suge said what we all said afterwards. Somebody came, all in the videos, all on the record.
Oh, that's what it was. I forgot. It was Suge. Either way. But Snoop was up there with him too, so it was all that shit.
Snoop went to accept the award. They booed him because it's the West Coast nigga. And then that's when you got the great Snoop. That's my favorite Snoop. You talking about 90, man. Snoop, gray sweatshirt, blue rag. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't, man. What you mean? That's a classic moment, like, right there. And only Snoop can do that. You know what I mean? Snoop is one of the most important people in hip hop's history. Period. Snoop is the guy, period, like the chicks say. That nigga is one of the most influential people. Snoop is more than a star. Snoop is he's a
Martha Stewart.
He's a bucket list, bro.
Snoop is ready to play Mr. Rogers. Yeah.
Who don't want to smoke with Snoop?
Snoop is the man. You're right. He's the man.
And even people that don't smoke is like, I would smoke with Snoop. Of course you would. It's a bucket list thing all of a sudden now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things. But yeah, man, like we always mess with the East Coast, bro. Like growing up, like I remember when Protect Your Neck came out, I was like, oh yeah, this shit is different. Like there's nothing that sounds like this. As dope as the West Coast sound was with the G-Funk and everything, this karate shit right here, yo, like you got to hear this. And my mom was like, what is this? I don't know what either of this is. Snoop was Cena Thugonomics before Cena. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think about it, but yeah, Snoop was a monster, you know, at that point. And so
it was cool, man. I listened to NWA and all that shit when I was coming up, but I mean, it was what it was. Like,
what was it about West Coast that just didn't appeal to you?
It was West Coast. I don't know nothing about that shit. I was in the hood. I was living that gritty shit. Y'all talking about Long Beach and all this shit. Like, what the fuck?
Did you not hear what these niggas was talking about? There's a reason they got banned and stuff like that.
6 Poles and all this shit. And yeah, I mean, like you said, like nigga, I seen the depictions of the shit. I'm like, it's cool. Y'all got palm trees. Y'all out there doing what y'all do. I ain't got none of that shit. We over here. It's concrete jungle. We got this shit over here.
And that's the thing. And I think that's
for real. I'm just talking shit. I'm trying to speak for other people. I didn't give a fuck. I just didn't give a fuck. Like, I listened to the music, but as far as a coastal thing, it didn't matter to me. I listen to rap music and I like what I like. As far as coast versus coast, I'm an East Coast guy. I'm East Coast. I listen to that shit, but music is music for real.
No, yeah, I mean, fair enough. Music is definitely music. You know, it hurts my heart that there's so much West Coast shit that you missed That was great. Like, and you as somebody who loves bars, because that's
I like what's his name?
Ryan.
DJ. I listen to some. What was DJ Quick? He cool. I like DJ Quick. I know a lot of shit. It's just
How'd
not
you
like
feel about Game?
I listened to what was it 300 Bars and Running? That shit was fucking fire. Like Game is cool. I had what was it LAX Files? That was a good fucking album. Yeah, I don't like I said, music is music. If it's good, I'm a rock with it. But
yeah, I mean, and the Shots theme is Nipsey Hussle's, Key to the City. So
yeah,
I mean,
I know that's West Side. That's what I'm saying. Like music is music. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So you heard it here, folks. Shot hates West Coast music.
This motherfucker, yeah.
Stupid ass palm trees. They ain't got no reason. We don't have palm trees in Oregon. We
got a lot of rain. You got rain? Is it raining all the time?
I mean, that's a not a myth, but like a over exaggeration. It does rain. We're in the Northwest, so it does rain all the time. No, it is cold often, and when it's cold and wet, that's the biggest part that motherfuckers don't like. You know what I mean? So yes, but other than that, like, it's a nice enough place. It's got a lot of stuff and not a lot to do. I'll be real, but if you're the outdoorsy type and shit like that, which I am no longer. But if you are outdoorsy type,
a lot of woods and trees and shit,
bro. But here's the cool part: everything is an hour away. That's the best part about being here. If I want to go to the ocean, hour and a half that way. If I want to go to the mountain, hour that way. If I want to go to like the woods and just kind of go camping, hour that way. Fishing, everything that I need is no more than an hour and a half away.
It sounds like Virginia, except it's a lot closer.
Yeah, I mean, everything is like super, super close. So
you can get to the beach is like an hour and a half away. You can go to Virginia Beach. That's like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
but
I heard
like,
this is
mountains and all that shit, and fishing and all is everywhere.
Where First 48 is filmed.
The first couple seasons, yeah. I don't know if it's still here, but yeah, this is where it was at. Richmond and shit.
Yeah, shout out to Shane B Official too for chiming in with us, man, and kind of fucking with us for the evening. Pause. You know what I mean? So were you a Mace fan?
Yeah, I had that shit. I had both. I had Harlem. What was it? What was the first one called?
Harlem World.
Harlem World. Yeah, I had Harlem World, and I had Double Up.
Yeah, no, Mace is. Do you watch him and Cam's show? It Is What It Is.
No, I need to because I forgot they had that shit though. But I want to see that shit because it's dope as fuck that they got back together.
It's great because it's a sports show, so they just talk sports. But Cam and Mace are so funny, and if you didn't think it, man, Mace is the funniest dude on possibly like on TV, like or online or whatever it is. Like, man, he's just subtly funny with that slow kind of smooth, like, what you talking about, Cam? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, when you hear us say pause a lot here on the show, they do it all the time, and like when they kind of catch each other, it's real crazy, real funny. But
bro, the memes about that.
Oh man, it was absolutely true.
Definitely got to watch that shit. Yeah, Mace was he was one of my favorites back in the day. I had that shit. I listened to his whole album back and forth.
So Mace or Fab?
I listen to Mace more. I know Fab got a lot more music. He got a lot more tracks and shit like that. But I never owned the Fab album.
I'm trying to think if I've ever owned a Fab album. I got all the records, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think I ever really owned a Fab album. Mind you, we come from the era of fucking being able to, Kazaa and LimeWire and, you know what I'm saying, all that shit to be able to.
Come from the era of Columbia House where you could buy CDs and they send them to you and you don't pay for them. And that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Columbia House. Oh shit. I forgot that.
Oh, they're gonna get me too. Damn it. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, they're probably gonna come back for their shit, you know what I'm saying, at some point. But I don't think they're watching our show. So it'll be okay if we don't do that. But I kind of, I think that's another thing that's kind of for me missing with music is the actual album. This is why I talk shit about Drake, but I at least appreciate that he drops a full 17, 20 songs when he drops an album. Like, I mean, I can appreciate that because you ain't really got to do that shit no more. Yeah. These people, these artists aren't even dropping albums. They just got singles.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where they are. And that's how they're kind of getting their notoriety. But shit, I remember rushing to the store to get an album before they sold out.
Yeah.
To go get waiting in line or something like that for a CD the day it came out, like going to FYI or FYE, excuse me, or going to
Sam Goody.
Going to Sam Goody or going to one of the stores, like, you know, whoever had music, and just waiting there. And it was one thing. There were interesting times because I can't tell you how many girls I met at the mall, or how many homies I just ran into, or how many things I was able to get into just because, man, I was going somewhere to buy a CD. They didn't have it at that store, and I went to this one. And then I saw her, and I was like, oh, shoot, I saw you at the basketball game. Didn't get to talk to you. We here now, though. What's up? Like, those little things those are nuances that kids won't understand anymore, which is why the mall is a place that kids will never truly embrace like that, because they haven't had to. You know what I mean? Like, what do they desperately need from the mall that they can't get online right now?
Right.
Like, and so that kind of, you know, video kind of killed the radio star, you know, in that regard. But I don't know about you, Shot, but I did some of my best work at the mall.
I didn't get to the mall too often, to be honest with you. I got there, but it wasn't. I couldn't say it's a whole lot as a teenager. That wasn't really a spot that I would hang out at like that.
See,
but we got there. But yeah, no. If I shouldn't, I was always in a relationship anyway. I mean, you know.
Oh, you was wifed up in high school?
I mean, I was a hot commodity, so it was easy to be with somebody back in the day. Let me stop.
Oh, but you okay? I get it. So, Shot sounds like you were a serial monogamous, man.
Yeah, basically, I guess you could say
love. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucks you over in the long run, but anyway, yeah.
I was always a talker. Like, I never really wanted to actually have a girlfriend or anything like that, but talking to people for as long as I can was always cool. And then usually, you know, with girls, it's shit or get off the pot time. So it's like, yeah, I would rather get off the pot. And so very few girlfriends, you know, in high school, but a lot of talking. But man, for us, we have this place called the Lloyd Center here in Portland, Oregon. At least we had it, you know, RIP to Lloyd Center. It still exists, but it's like on hospice now. Like it's bad. Like it's in bad shape at this point. But man, we go to the mall. The mall had Shane the official says, back in the day, there weren't cell phones. I went to the mall and I remember bumping into someone and asked her out. She said yes. Listen, fellas, you got to learn how to talk to them. Now it's just, oh man, can I get your snap or do something like that? And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, you got to know how to talk and how to converse. This is where it started for me. This is where it started for a lot of us. And so the mall had a movie theater, an arcade, a big ass food court with all these different things. And of course, all the stores, it had an ice skating rink. You know, it had.
Oh, you know what? You just brought something to my motherfucking attention. My memory. I did ask a chick out at the mall. That shit was crazy.
See? Do you remember that at all?
She got beat up on the bus by my ex-girlfriend, but it was fucked up. But yeah, yeah.
She got beat up by your ex-girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that relationship was over soon.
Mm-hmm.
Probably that day?
It wasn't the same day. It was like weeks later. But once my ex-girlfriend found out.
Why'd you get her beat up, Shot?
I didn't do anything. She was talking about me on the bus, and when my ex-girlfriend found out she was talking about me, she did what she had to do. That's it.
Oh, she was talking like she didn't like her talking about you.
In a good way. It wasn't like she was saying bad things.
I'm saying she just didn't like it.
Yeah.
She took matters into her own hands.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Yeah, that's crazy. No, man, I had a lot of missions at the mall. Lots of missions at the mall, man. Had one of my first fights, you know, at the mall, you know what I mean, type thing, and just kind of outside. But it was one of those places, like, but now I go and like every store is closed. The food court looks, you know, abandoned, you know, almost. The movie theater has been torn down a long time ago. So it's just kind of like, you look at your childhood like, fuck, man. It's like seeing the coolest kid in high school and now they're like a dopehead. And it's like,
yeah,
God damn, that's weak, bro. He was hella cool. You know, it's kind of what it is. And so, man, RIP, or, you know, get well soon. I don't know, to the Lloyd Center, because that was a great time. But again, the point is these kids will never know just getting dressed to go to the mall. I'm not going to buy anything. I might got $17 in my pocket at best. That's enough to get me into the movie, which is like $5, get me something to eat, which is like $5, and have enough money afterwards to do something else. You know what I mean? That was just fine. But
Our mall was called Coventry Mall. I don't even know if that's still open out because I ain't been in that bitch in fucking years. It's probably been at least 20 years I've been in that mall, if not more.
everybody was there, man. It was one of those things. And so, yeah, now that part is kind of gone. And, you know, I feel bad for kids that didn't get to live through certain stuff like that. Remember like 106 in Park or just like video countdown shows?
Yes, I was about to say, MTV Jams.
Themselves.
Yeah, I used to call MTV Jams. They had the hotline. You call that shit.
Yeah, and request something.
Nigga. I used to request Crossroads like a motherfucker. It was hot back then.
Oh man, Crossroads, seventh grade, or seventh going into eighth grade was when Crossroads was just, a huge record, man. No, yeah, it's one of those things, being able to just call up someone and like, hey man, I just want to request New Kids on the Block, like, you know what I'm saying, just to be able to do that and then look and wait and see if your request, if there was enough of those to watch that video and everything. Like it was a cool time, you know what I'm saying, to be especially a teenager, like a teenager in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everything was catered to kids, for the most part. Like there were all of a sudden kid TV networks. There were there's kid shows like about, kid shit, all this. There's what was the show that was just based on, every show was based on just kids and they moved away from cartoons.
Ghost Rider was the shit.
Ghost Rider, absolutely, man. Ghost Rider was a great show. I used to think that, being young and stupid and like 12, 11 or something like that, like I write this shit and I dream hard enough, like Ghost Rider might come and help me solve cases and shit over here. But no, man. But for those who don't know what Ghost Rider is, go ahead and look it up. Not Ghost Rider, Ghost Writer. You know what I'm saying? One of those.
That shit back too. I think it's on Paramount.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, they have a new one and they put the old one on. They're both on Paramount.
They have a new Ghost Rider? Is it like scary or something?
I think it is more like that. I don't think it's like super scary, but I think it's a little bit more it's definitely more modern and shit. I haven't watched it, but I know it's definitely not like it used to be.
Yeah, I'm okay with them keeping some TV shows just light and.
Are You Afraid of the Dark came back too?
Did it really?
Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark they brought that back for a couple seasons. I don't know if they still running it, but
hey man, to me that was the best part of Snick.
Snick was the shit.
Those of you who are too young, Saturday Night Snick debuted in like 92, 93, something like that. Mm-hmm. And the original lineup, was Doug,
Clarissa,
Ren and Stimpy, and then like Roundhouse, or Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That's the cartoon lineup they had earlier. They had a couple of them because it was Clarissa Explains It All, Roundhouse, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and all that. Yeah.
They kind of start moving away from cartoons at a point and did more live action, kind of shit and everything. But yeah, man, it's one of those things, like being able to have like just kid programming for most of the day, and there were kid movies all of a sudden that were being really made and shit like Blank Check and Three Ninjas.
I was about to say that. That's exactly what I was about to say. Man,
Blank Check. Now, number one, like we got to remember, you know what I'm saying? Blank Check was ahead of its time at that point. Like think about all the stuff this dude was able to buy with $1 million.
Right.
He got a mansion. He got a pool with a slide and shit. He got all the TVs and everything set up inside. Like, how far did $1 million go in 1994?
That shit was crazy as fuck. And he got a girl. You seen that? Like, that's an issue. That's a problem nowadays.
Oh yeah, if she kissed that man now, like she's getting canceled for sure. You know what I mean? If anything, but no, like that was a great one. For those of you who never seen it, Three Ninjas. Man, any one of them, especially the first two, Three Ninjas Strike Back. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think there was because I might have been like maybe 4th or 5th grade. And I don't remember if there was somebody that wanted to be one of the Three Ninjas more than me.
Right.
I thought I was Colt for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that one, bro.
Oh, was
And
Rocky one of them, some shit like
Rocky,
that?
Colt, and Tum Tum.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to be one of them three ninjas, man. There was all types of movies for kids that were like, man, that shit is, or even not movies and shows, man. So, Salute Your Shorts was, man, a great show just about
Great.
camp and just about, number one, we got to give it up for the GOAT, Nickelodeon. Like,
Yeah.
Was able to give Cartoon Network, a platform to be able to do some shit, and then was able to really show that, people will watch cartoons and they will watch kid shows, you know what I'm saying, all the time. And there is a space for, for some of this stuff.
Yep.
Some of the best stuff on Nickelodeon. We mentioned Are You Afraid of the Dark and all the Snick stuff, but,
Sure.
mention stuff like Hey Dude, which is
Yeah.
a big
Oh, that's
that
hey, dude.
man, all the game shows from
Wild and Crazy Kids.
Omar Gooding, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking P
Right.
from Baby Boy was,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, or one of the hosts of Wild and Crazy Kids. He and Donnie Jeffcoat were
Yeah.
on that show. Legends of the Hidden Temple, Nick Arcade,
Yes.
fucking what's the obviously Double Dare, Family Double Dare, Super Sloppy Double Dare. Pick one, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a Nickelodeon way ahead of his time. Man, you can't do that on television.
Oh, what would you do? What would you do with my
What
shit?
would you do? You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Mark Summers, for and
still stay with a job. Right.
Yeah, and still hosting shows about like candy and all type of shit like that. Like, give it up for Mark Summers for doing his shit all the time. But yeah, bro, like the 90s was a golden era.
Didn't you say you was he's supposed to be on Guts?
That's one of my guts. Arguably for me, my favorite show ever on Nickelodeon. I'll show my son all the time, and he doesn't want to do much with me because he's at that age to where he's too old to do stuff with dad. However, like when I put on Guts, he'll actually sit down and watch it because it's like kids and doing challenges and like. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know the story, and I have told Shot this story, but
great fucking story. It's fucked up. It's good though. It's good.
I'm like 11, you know what I'm saying, something like that, 11 or 12, and Guts was a show on Nickelodeon that came out, and it was about kids that were competitors, and they do all these like obstacle kind of course things, and then after the end they do this mountain climb thing, and whoever shows that they're the best athlete basically wins. And I would train for it in my backyard. I would do all type of weird stuff, like dangerous stuff, trying to train for Guts. Like I tied like a rope, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they did this little bungee thing.
Yep.
Kids, ropes are not bungees, just so we're clear. And I'll tie it like to the back of my pants, like my belt loops and everything like that. And I'll try to do the thing where I'll bungee up and do dunks and do it over and over again. Yeah, I got one time and then that was it. I hurt myself real bad doing that shit. But the point is, I was out there training, doing everything I could do to that was a weird one. Doing everything that I could do to get on for that show. Bro, one day I got this letter in the mail, and it was from Universal Studios Florida on Nickelodeon. I was like, oh my God, here it is. And open it up and said, Rashad Taylor, you've been selected as an alternate for the Nickelodeon show Guts. And I'm like, I asked my granddad, alternate, like, what does that mean? Like, so am I going? Like, because I'm excited, but it says alternate, so I don't know what that means. So like, what does that mean? Am I going? It's like, nah, alternate means if somebody else doesn't go, then you get to go. Yeah. And I was like, well, how do I know if I get to go? And it was like, well, they said they would call you if something, or they would, send another letter if something was going to happen. I waited by the mail for like 2 weeks. Every day I got home from school, Granddad, something come yet? Grandma, did something come yet? Did anything come yet? Did I get something in the mail? And finally they were like, stop asking me. There's nothing here for you. And Guts never called, and I never got to go on that show. So then I was a little spiteful when I watched it later. Every time I watched this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't call me back, but I still watch it from time to time. It was a really great show. Again, like kid athletics and stuff like that. It's like, man, let's go. And then at the end, you get this part of the mountain to take home, the aggro crag.
Yeah, the aggro crag, man.
Bro, kid, who doesn't want that?
Oh, was it Mo the referee?
Mo.
Yeah.
Mo. That's what it was. The British ass Mo. Or maybe she was Australian. I don't really know.
I thought she was like Irish or something. Margaret Quark was her name or some shit like that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she didn't sound Irish. She sounded, well, then again, now I might have to look again. When you're young, everybody sounds British when they have like that accent. And they can be from South Africa. They can be from anywhere. But when you're young, you just assume that it's British, which is really dumb. But it is.
I forgot the host name, though. He was cool as shit, though. That nigga comedian.
Who?
The host of Guts. I forgot his name.
Mike O'Malley?
Yeah, there it is.
Mike O'Malley. Spill your guts. Yeah. Man, what a great show! Like, I mean, I have fond memories of being. And he on Heels, man. Yeah, I think he's a writer too.
Yeah, he do a lot of shit.
Yeah, I want to say he's like a television writer as well.
Yeah, he's on Heels. He was the one who was fucking with Stephen Amell. He was the rival.
Is that Mike O'Malley?
That's Mike O'Malley.
No.
Yep.
The dude from Dystopia?
Yeah, the other guy who was trying to take everybody, trying to get
no, that can't be Mike O'Malley.
Dude, that's Mike O'Malley, bro.
No. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm going to look it up.
Yep.
I can't believe they canceled that show. Just
that's crazy.
Just the dumbest thing. Like, sometimes I'm just curious, and hopefully they cancel it and somebody else picks it up. Like, maybe Prime.
Yeah, Netflix can get that shit.
Stars had it.
Yeah, Netflix can get that easy.
Yeah. So.
Oh, did you see the trailer for The Claw?
Oh, I have not seen the trailer for The Claw. We can actually watch the trailer from The Claw.
I think that was cool. Yeah.
But I do know Zac Efron is an underrated actor.
Yeah, and an underrated wrestling fan. I think he likes wrestling too. I don't think a lot of people know that. I think he actually likes wrestling.
No, I can imagine. He looks like he would. Let's see.
Wasn't he supposed to play somebody else? Oh no, that was what's his face.
Who's that?
Chris Hemsworth or some shit supposed to play Hulk Hogan.
Do you want to see a Hulk Hogan story?
I would watch it. I don't want to see it, but I would watch it if they. I
don't know. I feel like I would rather see. I feel like I would rather see Ric Flair, or I would rather see just anybody else. Shawn Michaels feel like he'd have a good story. Brett maybe have a good story because he was so, you know what I'm saying?
Brett would have a great story. They need to do the Owen Hart story if they're going to do a story. Do Owen Hart shit.
Okay. Let's see. So.
Or Bruiser Brody too.
Yeah, I think if they do it, it's got to be somebody that's like.
It got to be somebody who's not here anymore. That's what I say. I don't know why they're doing Hulk Hogan. They could do They could do Andre the Giant, but who's gonna play Andre the Giant?
Well, they can do that. They just shoot angles and stuff like that. They could do that pretty easy as far as Andre. So we do have a trailer of the movie The Claw about the Von Erich family, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who the Von Erichs are, after the show, go Google them. They were wrestling's biggest heartthrobs and some of their most talented wrestlers that they had. So,
did you see Mike O'Malley was in there?
You know what? I couldn't pull it up fast enough. Then you mentioned that, so I'm going to pull it up on my phone and check if Mike O'Malley is actually there. But for now, we're going to watch this trailer to the Iron Claw. Check it out.
Ever since I was a child, people said my family was cursed. Mom tried to protect us with God. Pop tried to protect us with wrestling. He said if we were the toughest, the strongest, nothing could ever hurt us. I believed him. We all did.
Morning.
Pants tomorrow, please, David.
Perry, I want you to join your brothers in the ring.
Yes, sir. I love that.
Now, we all know Kerry's my favorite, then Kev, then David, then Mike. But the rankings can always change.
What do you want in life, Kevin Von Erich?
More ribs?
I want to be with my family. You know, be with my brothers.
What do you like to do with your brothers?
Together, we can do anything.
We're here to restore justice to the Wrestling Federation that our father built with his own two hands. The hands that were passed down to us. The hands that will deliver the Iron Claw to you.
So what do you think? Like, we're alive.
I love your family, Kevin.
No way, Uncle?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that makes me so happy.
I talked to you about something, Mom. Dad's too tough on us. You gotta say something.
Baby, that's what your brothers are for.
Feel that? You feel that? That's pressure.
You're pushing too hard.
I'm fine, Kev. Seriously, I'm just sick. I'm scared, man. It all out of control.
Terrible accident.
I should have stopped him. I need to think about my family.
Your job is to wrestle. Live up to that deal, or we are through. I told you to look out for him!
I just love being out there with you guys. It's the only thing that matters to me.
The Bonner will forever be the greatest family in the history of wrestling.
Yeah, that's some good shit. Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I know where I'll be is watching that movie because whatever that was. But yeah, that's gonna be a great movie. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not so sure about a man from Shameless and from the Bear playing Kerry Von Erich. You know,
Yeah.
however, hey, I'll let it ride. I'm just glad the movie about these people is getting made. But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you really want to watch a movie about Hulk Hogan dominating for 20 years?
Excuse me. No, I don't want to, but I'll probably watch it.
Going over to Japan and dominating there, and then going to dominate. Like, do we really want to see that? Like, give me the Scott Hall story.
That would be cool.
That would be cool, right? You know what I mean? Not just
even the Randy Savage story.
Give me the Macho Man. I think the Macho Man is probably a little more intriguing than that because you get to throw in the angle with Elizabeth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You get to throw in, the angle with Hogan.
Yeah.
If there is any truth to the whole Macho Man and Stephanie thing.
Oh, they ain't never gonna talk about that.
I mean, shit, he might if it's his movie. Like, shit,
He ain't got nothing to say. He did.
I mean, but somebody know nothing, and the Genius is dead too. His brother Lanny popped off as well, so it's not like he can. A lot of people can do that, but I'm sure Macho Man has given his rights, given his story, given his something to someone. Like usually, people that are that famous typically do, at some point. So yeah, and I mean, if not, somebody will make a movie based on the books that have been written. Or stuff like that, so you don't really need them to be there. They can monetize it if they're not around. So, Macho Man would be good. I think Mr. Perfect, would be a good one. Shit, I'm trying to think, man. Ric Flair, obviously, you see Flair as a part of the Iron Claw trailer, for a brief moment with the robe. So you see that Ric Flair is going to be involved there. But just imagine the stories that Ric Flair has just about the drinking and losing his kid and, the whole thing and the hospitals and the horsemen and like coming to WWE.
The plane crash.
The plane crash, getting struck by lightning and shit like that. Like, all those little things like can be an amazing, amazing story. And then, in between there, you just happen to be a wrestler that wrestled Harley Race and wrestled Hulk Hogan and wrestled Randy Savage and all those people that we're just talking about that would have great stories. Ric Flair has had, including the Von Erichs, who will have an amazing movie made about them.
Yeah,
is in the mix with everybody. Andre the Giant, who you also mentioned, so I think Ric Flair. I think it should be a series though.
Oh yeah.
I think it should be like a Netflix series. Let's write that shot.
That's a fact. Because each season could be a different wrestler. That would be dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or no, I mean, that's good. Like, nope, let's not give out too much. Let's
Right.
not give out too much. Motherfuckers hear the shit and take it and start running with it and say that they came up with a great idea for something. So, but no,
As far as copyright, CR, trademark, all that. Players Club.
yeah, and you see it already here. You know where you at and where you heard it first, though. But no, man, like I think that's going to be an amazing movie. I'm not sure. Did you know WWE is already in the works for a Scott Hall movie, at least their side of it?
I did not hear that.
I hadn't heard that either, but I think Triple H would make sure that that story was told correctly, if anything. I think the one thing I will say is Trips might have been a shit wrestler, or as far as like behind the scenes and doing little backstabbing bullshit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
As a boss, man, seems like he's been pretty legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's done good by WWE, at least in my opinion. Like I feel like he's done really well by them, including bringing in Jade Cargill. She's made a couple appearances already. I like her. Yeah. She looks strong. Yeah. I feel like Triple H has done a lot. But if they were to make a Scott Hall story, especially considering Shawn is there, considering obviously Triple H is in charge, Kevin Nash. I think X-Pac works for them as a producer.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's there too.
I think they would have they would have to be trying really hard to make sure that they didn't tell Scott Hall's story correctly. And WWE Films they don't make terrible movies. They just don't pick the right actors sometimes. But when it's a WWE film and it's not starring either one of them motherfuckers, the movie is okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the movie that ends up being okay. So I think if they did this correctly, they can definitely figure out a way to tell Razor Ramon's story the right way. Especially considering everything we know. So I think that would be a super dope one. But damn, Sean, I'm trying to figure out like what you still on water tonight?
Still on water. I'm on some water right here.
Yeah, I was trying to drink this, and to be honest, I don't like it. This shit is nasty, and I think, and on top of that, I didn't really feel like having a drink. My water wasn't cold yet, and so I was like, man, let me go ahead and crack this thing open. Now I opened it, I'm like, gross. This shit is nasty. And a cider, like it's my girl's. Like I'm not drinking this shit. Like she likes it, and gross.
Yeah,
gross. I don't want nothing to do with any of that. But so
movies, man. You watch horror movies? We had to talk about that.
Do I watch horror movies?
Yeah. I just saw X. That shit was good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How was okay? I mean, is it any different than the 9 Saws before it?
I guess so. Like, yeah, you basically are rooting for Jigsaw in this one. Because some crazy shit happened, and it is good. Because he was about, I ain't gonna say nothing, but yeah, it's good. It looked like he was about to be like, I'm done with that, I'm done with the traps and shit, but then they fucked him over. He got to come back. So it's good as shit.
That's what's up. Shout out to D-Rain Banks for joining us as well. Appreciate you. Man, no, I haven't seen the last Saw that I watched was Chris Rock joint.
Okay, Spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, okay, like saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
As soon as I met his little squirmy little partner, I was like, "Up, I know who did it."
Yeah.
Up top, like you know what I'm saying. Year 2, what's happening? What do you do? What do we do? Like, like I can see that happen. So I wasn't super surprised.
Yeah, that one was really predictable.
Yeah, very predictable. No, I haven't seen. Actually, I was about to watch. So there's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Yeah, Blood and Honey.
You've seen it?
No, I know of it. I know how it goes and everything. I didn't want to watch it. I'm like, it doesn't look like I want to watch it. So I just watched like a review of it. So I know everything that happens, but why? They didn't have to do that.
I mean, I'm glad they did. Well, I heard it was a joke, like when it got made. I wasn't sure if that was a real thing. Right. Reigns Chucky season 3 is is Chucky good? Like
Chucky's good. I saw the first season. The first season was good. I didn't see the second season, and the third season just started. So the first season is good. I can tell you that. I don't know about the rest.
okay, well, I'm gonna check out Chucky then, because obviously, who's not a Chucky fan?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like Child's Play, growing up, it was one of the movies that never scared me.
Right.
It was just funny.
Right.
I mean,
I went to the movies to see that joint when I was young, like the first movie.
Oh, then I'm sure it freaked you out.
Yeah, my aunt took us to the movies to go. My aunts took us to the movies to go see that shit. And I was young; it didn't really do shit for me. Like,
yeah. There's a couple little jump points in the movie, like when Chucky's head turns around, he goes, "Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play?" Like, okay, like all right, and then he rolls into the couch. Like, okay, there are a couple little moments there, but the funniest part is obviously now it's going around on socials where he's like, "Speak to me, I'm gonna throw you in the garbage. You fucking bitch! You like that's the funniest part, you know what I'm saying, of the movie. That's when I officially wasn't scared anymore as a kid after I saw that part. But I don't know who's fighting Chucky and not winning.
Right.
I don't get it. People are always falling over. He's pushing them away, and you're like, how is he winning this fight?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Even if he became like a full-blown like person, right, and was able to kick and scream and everything like that, it's still like you should still be beating the shit out of this little toddler. Like that's kind of how I feel. You enjoy the first season more as it gets later in the episode. You start to see Charles Lee Ray origin story. Okay.
Yeah, you do see shit. I'm sorry, and that shit. Yeah, it did not.
The horror movie is already out. Like it's on. Fucking what is it? Peacock.
It's on something. It might be on Peacock. Yeah.
I know it's on Peacock. You know what I'm saying? So you can check that out. Check that out there. But no, the last really horror show that I watched, I was watching some of American Horror Story.
I like that one. 84 was my favorite season.
Oh, the first season I saw that one, and then I
kind of stopped. That was good too. I forgot that was great too.
Yeah, I kind of stopped watching a little bit. Not that I just wasn't interested. I just kind of, found other shows and shit like that to watch. Yeah. But I did like American Horror Story, and I kind of want to dive back into it. I kind of see it pause. I kind of see it on Hulu, I believe it is, every now and then. I'm like, yeah, I gotta check that out and see how how that.
The new one got Kim Kardashian in it. The new season.
Is she gonna die?
I don't know.
In the show, if she's gonna die in the show, I'm definitely gonna watch. But if not, then I don't.
I know she's in this season.
I don't want her surviving this movie.
Yeah.
In the show, excuse me. Yeah. In real life, I wish her well. In the show, they can take her out.
Yeah, she probably will. Everybody died in that shit.
I think she's the villain. No, I mean she's gonna be acting.
Oh yeah.
Yeesh. I mean, I guess so. I'm just not I don't get it. I don't get it, I don't get the Kardashians. Like, I've never seen a less talented group of people have more success in my life. I don't. And it almost kind of makes me angry. I almost kind of hate on it because I'm like, I don't see how that could ever be a real thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, people love the Kardashians and they love Kim and they love the other ones with the other names. Like, I don't know. I don't remember.
They were just rich women, and they was attractive to people, and that's pretty much all it was.
They were rich. They were rich, white, appearing women.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even want to go.
Not even white women, but just they appear to be white. We know that they're not black. It's just so it's just kind of one of those things. That's a good one. Yeah, rich though is a key component. When you're rich, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and clearly that's exactly what the Kardashians are doing. And much like the Players Club, having the Kardashians on your show is good for business. So as talentless as they may be, everybody gets paid more when they're around, and I think that's the overall arc. I may not like it, but it is what it is. But hey, I'm actually good at stuff. So then again, I can't say Kim is good at everything. We all saw the tape, so we know stuff that she can't really do. So like that. So let's not. She might have grown. I doubt it, but you know, it's one of those things that I digress. So, yeah, man. But I might, you know, watch American Horror Story, and I'm gonna give Kim K a chance. I'm gonna give her a chance because she might be great with all that money. Hopefully, we can afford some acting classes. You know, I think that would be a smart move. You know, so I mean, I'll give it a shot. But I mean, I used to watch True Blood was my shit for a while.
I ain't watched.
You never seen True Blood?
Nah.
It was a good show. Kind of, it went too long in my opinion. Pause. You know, it kind of ran its course. If they had kind of ended the season or ended the show much sooner, it might have been more impactful. But it was kind of one of them things, bro. So it wasn't really that great a show. But yeah, vampire is always good. I'm a big vampire fan. That's one thing you will learn about.
I got tired of vampires. I was like, I don't even care. They had every vampires, like everything for like what 5 years. It was just all vampires.
My favorite vampire movie, one of my favorite movies is The Lost Boys. I got shirts. I have a poster over there on that wall. I'm a big fan of The Lost Boys. It's a genius movie and perfect for the time. So something I hope they never remake. You know, I don't want them to.
They already made it part 3. They came back.
Those shits don't count. Those shits don't count. Those are trash ass movies with low ass budgets. Like them shits don't count. I'm talking somebody coming with real, you know, box office money, you know, that can make a good movie. I don't want them to do that shit.
You know they're gonna do it. They do it to everything.
Well, of course they're gonna do it because they're still big money to me. And there's gonna be people like me that hate it, and people like you that hate the idea of them doing it. But I'm gonna see it anyway because I need to make sure that they did the right thing, you know, by the movie. So it's one of those things, man. So, well, shit, Shot, what you got going tonight, bro?
Nothing, man. You know what it is. I'll be up late doing shot shit.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm trying to find some bums that want to run on 2K, but these motherfuckers are so weak. Shot, I hate it. Like it dudes don't pass the ball. Dudes have wide open lanes, but they kick it out for 3. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Just do the lane. Like we will be winning this game if you hit the cutter, if you pass it, you know, to the cut. Like just pay attention, open up. I cannot play with these randoms anymore on 2K. Like you're gonna have to get this game, bro.
You would hate me. I don't know how to play.
Care. Like, listen, I don't we need to have more people on our team than not on our team. Because if you also play with somebody who's not the homie, then they're not passing you the ball. Yeah. So if you got 3 dudes, no matter what you're doing, so if you got 3 dudes on the team that are all in a party together and they're playing, and I'm not in that party, guess what? I gotta myself. So unless I'm on a break or unless I make something happen, get a steal or something like that, man, I am not getting the ball back.
I feel you.
That's what it is. So guess what? When I get the ball, I'm shooting off top every single time. So
I might have to get on some Mortal Kombat. I've been getting my ass whipped in that, but I'll be playing ranked matches. So I'm trying to level up.
I'm gonna need you to quit that shit and get 2K, bro, because I cannot play with these people anymore, and it's starting to like kind of seriously, it's starting to give me anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin Kevin, my cousin KT, shout out to my cousin KT, who's a jerk, by the way, because like it's one of them things like, bro, KT, so he's really good in the game. KT is nice in 2K. Only thing is he knows he's nice in 2K. And he's one of the people that like pays attention to like if you lose a game, like your rep goes down and down further and down, stuff like that. And so it's like, bro, like if I lose another game, then my rep is gonna be here. I'm not gonna like, bro, never mind, bro. I don't want to play with you. So we very seldom play as much, you know, because he's worried about his rep. Because in most cases, if we don't have a full 5, then we're not going to win that game. So I need you to just go out there, make a big man that don't do nothing but rebound and dunk, bro.
I can do that.
That's for real. That's all you do. You rebound, dunk, and block shots. That's it.
Why you ain't got Menace? Menace be playing?
I don't ever see Menace online. I see a lot of.
He never appears online.
Yeah,
I don't know why he doing that shit. But CTB be playing too.
CTBs be playing too, but CTB is, you know, he's an 8th grader. So it's usually younger, you know, folks, man, aren't really. I'm not gonna say they can't play the game, but it's like they're they're young. So they come from the school of Steph Curry, and they come from like just pull-ups and 3-point shots. It's like, I don't want to play with that.
Yeah.
Don't want to play with that because like that's cool, but that's not sustainable all games. So one player is going to have 40 because they're not going to pass the ball and they're going to cross this way, pull up, 3-pointer. Like, cool. Like, that's not fun for me standing under the basket or standing in the corner, waiting to make a move. So,
Right.
No, I like to pass on anybody who isn't at least 25. You got to know how to play basketball and how to at least be, competent.
That boy be playing. He good. He played for the school and everything. He used to play. He know how to play the game. I just don't know how he play online. But
I think WWE should be WWE open world, kind of like it was. Okay, well, could be cool. Oh, bro, so I saw them looking at this game, and I don't think it's real, but it looks real as shit. And it's like a WWE Legends game for Nintendo 64.
I saw that on.
You see that shit?
I saw it on YouTube. I didn't watch the video because I was like, that can't be real. So I never watched it.
Most of the video, bro. It was like, bro, what is this? Like, who made this?
It's a simulator. They probably got a what do you call it, emulator or something like that.
Hey, whoever it is, like, I want to play it. Like, if you're doing stuff like that, if you're giving me WrestleMania 2000 No Mercy kind of, graphics and stuff like that I'm all in.
Yeah.
I am absolutely all in. I think that could be something that's super, super fresh.
Yeah. I need that. That would be dope.
Rain said, show me. We show you what? Oh, so the game? Man, I'll definitely see if we can pull that up real quick. Yeah, but it was super tight. I thought had me looking through stories and stuff to see if it was real and see where I could find it and everything.
Right.
But if it is a real thing, please believe that I am 100% on top of it. Like, hold on one second. I just saw the video here a little bit ago. There we go. Took some minute to find it. Wasn't expecting to look for it. Now that we got it pulled up, so I've already been watching some of it. But yeah, it was pretty legit, man. Like, oh shit, no, hold on, still can't find, still not it. Okay, now I gotta. Okay. So this is what I found, and mind you, I don't want to keep everybody just waiting and stuff like that. So I found this. Hopefully it's the one we're looking for. Hopefully this one I was looking at earlier. I think it was. But yeah, so this apparently is an N64 Legends WWE
offer. Let's get started. So here we have ways we could dive into this. We have Exhibition, we have Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, and I'm going to go into Exhibition today, and we should have a bunch of. So we have one-on-one, special referee, tag team ladder match, three-way, Iron Man, handicap, 2 out of 3 falls, steel cage, and coffin match. So I'm going to just keep things simple. It's been a while since I've played this game. We're going to go into just a one-on-one match. Okay. First off,
I like it.
One player, and we have a bunch of different places that we can choose to have our match. We could do it at Madison Square Garden here, and we could do it at Saturday night's main event. We could do it at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City. That was the host of WrestleMania 5. We could do it at SummerSlam in the Meadowlands Arena, East Rutherford, New Jersey. We also have Rosemont Horizon, Chicago, Illinois for Survivor Series, Royal Rumble in Albany, New York. So lots of different options here. And Pontiac, Michigan for the Pontiac Silverdome, home of WrestleMania 3. Andre, of course, versus Hulk Hogan. So what else do we have? Oh, we have some more. We have Wrestling Challenge. We have the London Arena, 1989.
NBA
Superstars of Wrestling Arena. And then we're back to
bring back NBA
MSG.
Street.
So I'm going to go, let's go to Pontiac. Actually used to live about 15 minutes from Pontiac, Michigan.
Need to bring back that Def Jam Fight for New York
so
shit.
Let's do that.
Oh, man.
Where did it
that
go?
would be
Where
the
we
one right there, bro.
Where are you? There we go. Pontiac Silverdome. So let's go into. We can make all these different customizations here. I'm cool with it
Fair
the way
enough.
it is.
Like I like
We're
that
just
shit.
going to go in, and now we can do either a non-title match, or we could jump through and wrestle against one of these title holders. We've got Ted DiBiase with the $1 million belt. We've got Mr. Perfect here with the Intercontinental strap. We've got Ultimate Warrior here with the World Heavyweight Championship, and we've also got World Heavyweight Championship from '86, which was held by Hulk Hogan. So again, we'd have to wrestle these guys specifically for those titles. Let's just do a
That old
non-title
Intercontinental
match. I want to see
Championship
who
is
else we
just
could
so
choose from
fire,
on here.
bro.
So we've got Hulk Hogan here. Now, what's cool is we get to see our character here. So take a look at the graphics on this. Obviously, we have that late 90s retro feel to it, but it looks pretty damn good. I mean, it looks pretty perfect there, especially in the face. We could turn him around, take a look at him from all sides. We've got Andre over here. We've got Macho Man. Macho Man looks real good too. Actually, all these guys look great. Ted DiBiase. We've got Ultimate Warrior here. We've also got Jake the Snake. Jake's face there looks perfect. I mean, some of these graphics are better
they
than
did a
modern
really
day
good job.
graphics. Obviously, they have that retro feel to them, but they still look really phenomenal here. So we've got Axe here. We've got Smash. We've got Rowdy Roddy Piper. We've got Mr. Perfect.
Favorite of all
Classic teal trunks there. We've got Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Old Brood Eye. And we've also got Ravishing
One of my
Rick Rude.
favorites.
And we've got the
One of the
hands
underappreciated
going up
wrestlers
the
ever.
tuchus there, up the thighs. Oh,
They don't talk about him enough.
dance for us.
They don't.
All right. Big Boss Man here. We've got Honky Tonk Man. Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Oh, it says it right there, too. Nice. Undertaker, looking like 1990, 91, 92 Undertaker. Even looks like he's got the purple bags under the eyes there. Old Mean Mark. We've got Bret the Hitman Hart. They were on point with the outfits, the
Yeah,
boots,
that's
and
awesome.
look at the details even on Bret Hart's boots there. We've got Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We've got Earthquake. We've got Rick the Model Martel. We've got British Bulldog here. Bam Bam Bigelow with the tattoos, and they're super detailed. That's impressive. I think that's the only one in here with tattoos. Oh, we got Sean, so we got to have the heart tattoo. Oh, no, it's Rockers Sean.
That's
so
right.
no
Yeah,
tattoo on
Rockers,
him there.
Sean,
Marty
Rockers,
Jannetty. We've got King Haku. We've got
What?
Warlords. We've got to have Barbarian. We've got Dusty Rhodes here. Dusty Rhodes is on point with the outfit here. Even got the birthmark underneath the tete. I mean, that is on point. Even the details in the boots there are on point. Looking good. Looking good. All right. So keep going. Junkyard Dog. Got to have Junkyard Dog. We've got King Kong Bundy. We've got, is that Big John Studd? Wow,
Yeah.
we're going real far back here. Hercules. We've got Kamala. We've got Razor Ramon. We've got Crush in here. Zeus. All right. So we've got Zeus.
That's crazy.
The bear hug. So we could do some classic Zeus in here. We could go no holds barred. Zeus versus Hogan. We've got IRS as well. So who are we going to be here? Oh, we got more. We've got Virgil over here. Pittsburgh's finest. And we've got Outlaw Ron Bass. And we've got, what do we have over here? Oh, we've got the manager. So we've got Bobby the Brain Heenan, who we could wrestle with. In the singlet, we've got Jimmy Hart. We've got Miss Elizabeth there. Miss Elizabeth looking good. We've got Fuge the Stooge, Mr. Fuji. Sensational Sherry. We've got Slick. Paul Bearer.
Slick.
Got the handler here, right? All right. Odd to have him. Oh, Brother Love. Okay.
I love you.
Bruce Pritchard.
That's crazy as shit.
That's
All right.
awesome.
So who are we going to be now? Let's see. Who do I want to be? My favorite wrestler of all time, right here, Macho Man. I gotta be Macho Man for the first match at least.
I don't know how they made this. Who made this? How they made this? Where can I get this? Oh no. I guess we'll be back in a minute. Give us a second, I guess. Here we go.
Yeah, not sure what happened. Not sure what happened there, but sorry about that. But thank you for holding it down anyway, Shot.
No, bro. No, bro.
Yeah, man. But I was saying, bro, this was it's fun, and I got to figure out where the fuck we get this game from.
Yeah, that shit look fire.
That shit looks super, super dope. We didn't get a chance to see them actually fighting and everything, but yeah, that game seems more than legit, you know, at this point. Yeah, so we got to figure out how we make that a possibility. And can we play it? You know, I wish that there was a way that we could download these games onto Nintendo or to Xbox. Like these games should be in the you know, in the Play Store or wherever you're able to get games. If you have PlayStation, you have Xbox, man, you should be able to get that somewhere online, you know, to be actually play on your Xbox, on your PlayStation. Because that game, like, I think I would lose hours playing that and playing with, you know, all the characters. Yeah, bro, that seems super, super legit. Like I said, I don't know how many hours you lost playing No Mercy.
Oh my god, yo, that's all.
2000.
I unlocked everything, did everything I had to do. That was my shit.
Yeah, I made so many creative plays, and I think I want to say that was one of the first. Well, I know SmackDown was one of the first times you can create a wrestler. Like since SmackDown Here Comes the Pain was one of the first times you can like create like your full guy. But man, that shit was groundbreaking at that point. You know what I mean? To be able to create your own wrestler. Now we have whole leagues, you know, comprised of created wrestlers and stuff like that. So that's super, super dope. So hey, what you got going tonight, bro?
Shit, man. Nothing, man. You know, it's getting late. I'm gotta make me something to eat and then get to bed and shit.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I got some chicken, you know, earlier, so we'll probably see what's up with that. But have we played AEW Fight Forever? Yes.
I ain't played it
yet. It gives, honestly, it kind of gives like No Mercy of vibes and stuff like that. Like there is a little bit like when you walk out, the entrances and stuff like that are very much you know, are very much kind of reminiscent of like World Tour and fucking No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000 and stuff like that. So it is kind of like, I think they're the same designer. Is
yeah,
game. So it's one of those things. But it is a good game, but it's, you know, I don't really know a lot of I know a lot of AEW guys, but there's so many people there, and now they're doing cross promotion with other companies who I don't really know. So it's like, yeah, it's one of them things. I don't really follow. I like AEW, but sometimes I feel like they're reaching too far instead of trying to build like stars within the same thing WCW did. Instead of trying to build stars inside,
Yeah.
they're going out and getting WWE guys to help do that. But
Right.
you've got a Darby Allin, they've got a Orange Cassidy,
Yeah.
you've got MJF and stuff like that. So hopefully you've got some guys you can start really building around those 4 pillars as they're called, and throw in Jungle Boy as well, into that Jack Perry. But still, I just feel you can't keep going out and getting them dudes. You can't keep going out and hoping that you strike lightning with everybody. Like, it's just I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. So we're gonna see if AEW really knows what they're doing here in the next little bit. But so far they're doing great, and really Fight Forever was something that kind of only pushed them in the right direction.
Right.
So hopefully, fingers crossed.
With another one, it'll be better, I hope.
Yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they can flourish. But shit, they keep getting all these WWE guys, man. They're not going to be able to really have much to do with it. So,
right.
Well, shit, Shot, man. I appreciate you as always, Brody.
Not a problem, man. I love to be here,
bro. Yeah, absolutely. It's good kicking it with you, fam. So, man, we are back in action next week, I believe. I think the Players Club is going to be on the card, and if they know what's good for them, if they want to get paid, then they definitely might want to put the Players Club somewhere on the card.
Right.
So, man, anything you want to say to the people, Shot?
I mean, just, keep continuing watching our show. Check us out next week. We'll be here doing the same shit. And bring your friends, too. Come and talk with us and have a good time.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, same shit, man. I'm not doing shot shit, but I'm doing shot shit. So I'm right around there, man. We're getting it in. I'm chilling. Like, I'm excited for Wu-Tang and Nas and De La Soul next week. See, East Coast motherfuckers that I fuck with. And shot is like,
it's all good.
Not gonna go to the free Snoop.
I like Midwest. I like Bone Thugs and Harmony. Does that count?
Yeah. So yeah. Well, for my guy, Alan Scott, aka The Shot, I'm Rashad Taylor, aka Taylor Morgan. We're going to holler at y'all and see y'all next week.
All right, y'all.